Squid Game is back and Season 3 drops June 27th. But first, you need Season 2. Here's everything you missed from eerie new recruits to a failed uprising. Seong Gi-hun leaves the terminal determined to confront the front man behind the games. Aware he's being watched, he removes a tracking device implanted behind his ear. Hwang Jun-ho survives his fall from the cliff after being rescued by Park, a shrimp boat captain. 2 years later, Gi-hun lives frugally in a fortified hotel building and has employed his former loan shark, Mr. Kim, and his lackeys to track down the game's recruiter in Seoul. Jun-ho, still working as a police officer, occasionally sails with Park to locate the game's island, but without success. Kim and his associate, Choi Woo-seok, eventually locate the recruiter and watch him offer vagrants bread or a lottery ticket. Most choose the lottery ticket, and the recruiter destroys the uneaten bread in front of them. Jun-ho investigates Gi-hun after recognizing him. Kim and Woo-seok are abducted by the recruiter and forced into a deadly game of rock, paper, scissors combined with Russian roulette, resulting in Kim's death. Jun-ho locates Gi-hun's base. There, the recruiter confronts Gi-hun, revealing he once served as a soldier in the games and killed his own father, a player. He challenges Gi-hun to a round of Russian roulette, resulting in his own death. Gi-hun, Jun-ho, and Woo-seok follow a lead from the recruiter to a Halloween party, and the three devise a plan to locate the front man. Jun-ho keeps secret that the front man is his brother, In-ho. Meanwhile, Gi-hun continues to support Sang-woo's mother in Cheol, working with a broker to reunite Cheol with his mother from North Korea, and places a silent call to his estranged daughter. At the party, Gi-hun is escorted by one of the game's pink-clad soldiers into a limousine while the team follows. He confronts the front man via speaker, demanding an end to the games. After his team's cars are attacked, Gi-hun requests to re-enter the games as a player. Kang No-yul, a North Korean defector seeking to extract her daughter from the North, is recruited by a masked figure and joins the games as a soldier. Gi-hun wakes in the game's dormitory alongside 455 other players. A manager announces a new clause. After each game, the players may vote on whether to end the games. If the majority agrees, the accumulated prize money will be distributed among them. Jun-ho and his team lose track of the island after Gi-hun's tracker is removed. Gi-hun recognizes player 390 as his friend and former co-worker Young-bi. The first game is red light, green light. Gi-hun attempts to expose the game's cruelty. Though many initially dismiss him, Gi-hun's cautions help reduce casualties. Player 230, a rapper known as Thanos and under the influence of drugs, deliberately pushes others to eliminate them. Gi-hun and player 120, named Hyun-ju, try to save an eliminated player with a non-lethal gunshot wound, but No-yul executes him. After the game, Gi-hun urges the players to vote to stop the games and reveals he is the sole winner of a previous iteration. Players voting to continue are labeled O, while those voting to leave are labeled X. In-ho, posing as player Gi-hun, casts the deciding vote to continue the games. In-ho pretends to ally with Gi-hun and fabricates a story, based in truth, about his reason for joining the game. Player 333, Myung-gi, is attacked by Thanos and player 124, Nam Jae-yu, but In-ho intervenes and stops the altercation easily. Player 222, Myung-gi's pregnant ex-girlfriend Jun-hee, reveals herself to him. Meanwhile, a group of soldiers led by the masked officer begin harvesting organs from eliminated players for sale on the black market. The masked officer orders No-yul to ignore the activities, but she refuses. Jun-ho attempts to enlist police assistance, but is unsuccessful. To Gi-hun's surprise, the second game requires players to form teams of 5 for a 6-legged pentathlon consisting of 5 traditional children's games. No-yul continues sabotaging the illegal organ trade by executing living players marked for elimination. After Hyun-ju's team manages to win through mutual support, many other teams are inspired and survive. Gi-hun allies with Young-bi, Jun-hee, In-ho, and player 388, D-ho. They survive and exchange names after the game. In-ho poses as Oh Young-il. No-yul is attacked by 2 soldiers involved in the organ trade, who warn her to stop interfering. During the following vote, In-ho encourages the players to vote against continuing the games, but a larger majority opts to proceed, believing the prize pool remains insufficient. Gi-hun confides in Young-bi about his growing uncertainty in rescuing everyone. Meanwhile, Jun-ho and Woo-seok, now joined by an expanded mercenary team and Captain Park, continue their search for the island. The third game, titled Mingle, requires players to form groups based on an announced number and enter designated rooms accordingly. During Mingle, players struggle to fit their alliances into rooms, leading to tension, betrayal, and ally deaths. In the final round, Young-bi witnesses In-ho kill another player to secure a room for themselves. After the game, Gi-hun and In-ho argue over whether to persuade other players to vote to end the games, ultimately deciding against it to avoid a physical fight. During the voting, several players, including player 125, who has been subservient to Thanos and Nam Jae-yu, change their votes to X. The deciding vote falls back to In-ho, resulting in a tie. The players have 1 day before voting again. In the restroom, Thanos and Nam Jae-yu pressure player 125, named Min-soo, to change his vote to O, but Myung-gi and other players who voted X step in to defend him. A fight ensues, with Thanos strangling Myung-gi, who fatally stabs him with a fork. Meanwhile, Jun-ho's team locates a possible entrance to an island, only to discover it is a decoy rigged with explosives, killing one of the mercenaries. Captain Park turns out to be a double agent who sabotaged Jun-ho's team's drone and kills its pilot. Following the bathroom fight, the players realize they can kill others to increase the prize pool and weaken the opposing voters. Gi-hun predicts an attack that night by players who want to continue the game, but convinces a small group of ex-players to avoid attacking, arguing that the game's creators are the true enemies. During the anticipated massacre, Gi-hun's group remains hidden while the rest of the group suffers heavy losses, emerging only when the soldiers arrive. Gi-hun's group provokes the soldiers, killing all but one and taking their firearms. They start a rebellion and force the surviving soldier to guide them to the control room. However, more soldiers open fire along the way, and the rebellion begins to falter as the group runs out of ammunition. Gi-ho, tasked with retrieving more ammunition, suffers a combat stress reaction and is unable to return. In-ho betrays the group by killing 2 players and faking his death, while other players who surrender are executed. Gi-hun and Young-bi are captured. In-ho, now masked as the front man, executes Young-bi in front of a horrified Gi-hun. Season 2 left us broken, betrayed, and terrified for what's next. Season 3 goes live June 27th. Drop a comment if you're ready, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for every twist as the Squid Game saga ends.